Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I'm Sheldon Barlett Rumor, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It TV. This Is It Network is your global digital TV network, connecting remarkable women to inspiring stories. We do that through our growing community, our engaging content, and our real connections. And every day I encourage you through this morning message. I come here around 11 o'clock Eastern each and every day, at least Monday through Friday, in hopes of providing you with a morning message in order to not only inspire you today, but keep you motivated all week. So I am excited, that I've gained some perspective. I've had some time. We are in the thick of it as a nation, and I know that some of us are feeling a lot of things more than feeling a lot of other things. And I just want you guys to all know that I'm here for you. If you need me in any particular way, today we're going to be talking about perspective. Today we're going to be talking about the way in which we can look at things. Hello, Lisa, how are you? Because I think that all of us are processing things in a lot of different ways. I think all of us are looking at things from a number of different perspectives, and so often we're not necessarily able to meet in the middle or meet at all. And I think all I can say about primarily what is going on and what's happening, good morning, Barbara, is that it has happened. It is happening. And what are we going to do in order to move forward? Hi, love. How are you, Shan? Good to see you. Matthew and Megan, how are you? Oh, my beautiful folks. Oh, I miss all my Galloway folks so much, so much. My goal is for all of you to put this into perspective, to put your lives into perspective, and to be able to move forward in a positive way. Good morning, Linda. How are you? In the most positive way possible. We all have a voice. You guys know that mine is a little louder than the majority of people's. I'm aware of that. But I know that even if we function in a whisper, we can move forward and have positive conversations that can get us to the life in which we want. I know that it is hard. I know that we are in a space where difficult conversations are going to come our way. That could have happened regardless of the landscape that we are currently in. But the way in which we respect each other and speak to each other is going to be so super important in this time. The way in which you convey what it is that you are doing for the market in which you are speaking to is going to be even more important. The way you respect what it is that you view, but also want to be able to learn what someone else understands in their perspective is what is going to keep the conversation going. And the conversations is what is going to be necessary at this time. Now, I know that comes easy for me because I love to talk, and frankly, I like to hear my own voice. But this is the time that the muscle needs to come into play. This is the time that we understand that we can be better for whatever it is we are going through. And I know that this is uncharted territory for the most of us. Again, I always mention that there is no COVID playbook or pandemic playbook, or we can't refer to the last time we were on quarantine. So all we can do is move forward in as much of a positive light as we possibly can. We can be able to surround ourselves with people that we know, like, and trust, that we respect and who respect us. And we do our best to not only see and hear them, but to ensure that we are seen and we are heard. And this is difficult because we come to it with a perspective that people should already see us and that people should already understand us. And that creates a series of different resentment, a different space in which you are living where you are not feeling as if you are seen and heard, and therefore you shut down. But we cannot be shutting down anything. We have to be moving forward in a way that is positive, that feels good, that feels, energized. We all have so much to offer and so much to give, and we have an array of different perspectives that we can share. For me, This Is It Network assists other people in really understanding what it is that you know and what it is that you don't know, in hopes after you sit with me, after you watch our content, that you are better for it, that you know more today than yesterday, that you're introduced to more brands and people and remarkable people today than you were the day before. And that's a commitment that I have made. And that commitment isn't always easy. I get frustrated, I get confused, I get sad. But I know that I can use my voice for good. I know that I can move people in a positive direction. And I know that by creating conversations that are useful, that are productive, that are positive, that I might be able to shed light on someone else's perspective as I share mine with them. I know that this is uncharted territory, both personally and professionally for the majority of us. There is no one right now in this space that hasn't been affected by what's going on in this world. Our businesses changed. Our relationships with people have changed. Our perspectives have changed. So now we have to look at what we are going to do moving forward. What is our life going to look like? How are we going to participate? How are we going to do what we are doing? How are we going to continue to thrive? And how are we going to do that in and amongst everything else that's going on? What is your perspective on what it is that you are about to embark on? What your life is going to look like? Because for the majority of us, we are all still thriving in this space. We are all still in this space. And we're lucky enough to be safe at home or to be healthy. And I can't spend that health, that gift of being able to put one foot in front of the other, which is a gift, to be able to breathe easy as a gift. I can't waste that holding on to things in which I cannot change or being angry about things in which I can. So what I want for us to do is to take a look and some inventory of the perspective in which we have, and see if we are open to having conversations with other people, positive conversations that can create various perspectives that we can all live with, that we can all thrive within. And again, I know that this isn't easy. And I know that this is a difficult thing. And I know that, we are feeling all the feelings for everything that we're going on in our life. The pandemic was one thing. Our businesses before all of this unrest, all of this, it was hard. The entrepreneurial journey for the majority of us, if not all of us, is a hard one. And that had nothing to do with pandemic. That had nothing to do with the way in which the world feels right now. There's nothing to do with it. It just had to do with, oh my goodness, I got to make money, more money today than yesterday. I got to go find clients. I got to build the product. I got to do all of those things. This is in lieu of, has nothing to do with all of these outside factors. So a lot of us are feeling exhausted. We're feeling overwhelmed. We're feeling as if we have no say in our say-so. And I get it. I understand because I'm living it. I'm a mother of two. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a wife. I'm a sister. I'm a cousin. I'm all of these things. But I'm leaning into all of these things because I need them in order to give me proper perspective. I need to be grateful for what I have, knowing that I have a voice that can change this world if I use it correctly. I can do good if I use my voice correctly. I can make real change and affect people and change perspective if I choose to participate positively. So that's what I do every single day. I allow for my perspective and open my mind to what is causing all of this and where it's coming from so I can understand it. So I can participate in conversations and not just give speeches, and I can be in a space where I can understand the perspectives of somebody else. Because without that, without understanding, without being willing to be part of the conversation, we continue to stand still. And I just won't have that. Now, that being said, this is not an easy thing. This is more cardio than you have anticipated. This is the hills and the valleys all combined as you are driving through the storm. Every analogy that I have provided you, you will live in based on what we are about to embark on. But I know we will be better for it. And I know we needed to see the darkness in order to find the light. I know that that is true. I have no other reason to believe anything else. I will be paralyzed in this state if I believe something else. And I refuse to stand still. I refuse to be in a space where my voice isn't heard at all, or I'm using my voice for things that aren't productive or things that aren't going to move us forward. This is hard. And I was talking to my students at Temple, and we were talking about various things and what they were going through. And I said I'm like, this is difficult. This is hard. And so often we don't give ourselves permission to acknowledge that things are difficult. We see it as weak by saying, this is a lot. And I have to tell you, this is a lot. What we are carrying, what we are thinking, what we are perceived to think, what we are perceived to be, all of those things, they're difficult and they're hard. And I'm exhausted. by thinking, by talking. But all I know is that if all I have to do in order to move in a better direction is to have difficult conversations, that's the perspective I want to have. If my role in this is to use my voice and to build and to strengthen and to grow communities, if all I have to do is engage in an uncomfortable conversation and be able to witness and participate in a different perspective, that doesn't mean I'm going to necessarily change my mind, my beliefs, any of those things. But what it does mean is that we can move forward, both personally and professionally, that we are not stuck standing still, that there's hope for additional conversations and us moving in better directions. I know that we are all going through it. We're going through it in ways in which people don't understand, in which siblings don't understand, in which spouses don't understand. And that has nothing to do with the unrest. It has nothing to do with the pandemic. It has nothing to do with any of those things. Life is hard. And so often we are expected, primarily the women who follow Fan and like me, we are expected to just be okay being okay. How many of you are just living with pain, right? Like you have that weird knee, you know what I'm talking about? And you're like, oh, that's just my knee. That's just the way my knee works. It just doesn't work when I go up the stairs. Like we get comfortable dealing with things not being okay. We live with pain. We live being uncomfortable. Hi, Karen. And I just think that if we change our perspective, if we're willing to have conversations, if we're willing to look people in the eye and say, I see you, I hear you, I may not agree with you, but I see you and I hear you, then that might be a step in the right direction for ourselves, because life didn't stop. All of this stuff that is happening to us hasn't stopped my life. I'm still showing up here. This Is It TV is still a thing. God bless. My Scream Your Dream mission is still there. So how do I navigate my life where all this unrest is happening, where all this uncertainty is happening? How do I keep going? That is the question. And so I have no choice. I'm a prisoner of this. This is who I am as much as what it is that I am looking to do with my life. So I have to figure out how all of this is going to work together. And so do all of you, right? Our kids didn't go away. We still got kids. We still got to make dinner. We still got to figure out, how we're going to pay bills. We still have to be able to check in with our parents. We have to do all of those things and manage all of this. And it is a lot. It is a lot. And I am not here to tell you that it is easy. And I'm not here to tell you that, oh my goodness, everything's going to be okay. But I know that it's not going to be okay if we do not address our perspective. I know that for a fact. If we do not look at things and take things head on and take it day by day and have patience with ourselves, it will make this journey a lot longer than it needs to be, when it is already long and it is already hard. So I want us to look at the way in which we see things. I want us to look at the way in which we navigate this space and what we're going to do with the resources which we have. My resources, my voice, and my ability to share my energy with all of you in hopes that you can feel it. How genuine I am and how I'm looking to build relationships that are based on proper and positive perspective, but also being heard and being seen and listening. That's the gift that I have that I can give. And so you have to determine what your gifts are and how you are going to navigate the space in which we are in order to get ourselves to a better place. And what your role is in all of it. This is time for us to look at things with a specific perspective, look at things in the most realistic way we possibly can, knowing that we want to navigate, knowing that we need to move forward, knowing that it is not okay to just be okay and live with the pain. Right? When you are in a space, when something hurts, we go to the doctor, we want to fix it. What caused it? How can I relieve it? It is not a thing in which we are going to live in this. This is not my life. This is not what I'm planning on living on. And yes, I might have been in a blanket of disbelief before. The blanket has been ripped off in the middle of the night. I'm freezing cold. And now I'm looking to be able to have that sense of compassion. I'm looking for that warmth. I'm looking for what it is that I am missing. And it may be different. And it may be new. And it may require a lot of work. But I am telling you, raising my hand, that Sheldon is prepared to do it. I'm stretching as we speak. I am ready to put in the work. Actually, that felt really good. I'm ready to put in the work. I'm ready to do the work. I want to make sure that you understand that This Is It Network is here for this. This Is It Network is here for the conversation. It's here to be able to navigate the space when the space has been unnavigated. It's here to be able to provide a safe place to say, I'm confused, I'm annoyed, I'm frustrated, but I'm willing to do the work. I'm willing to be better for the conversation I'm about to have. I come into it open and ready. And I want, hi Dana, hi Care. I want it to be a situation where I'm participating in my life as opposed to having my life happen to me. You all deserve it. We know, regardless of whatever side we are on, we know that this does not feel good. This is not a pain we want to live with. We don't want to be limping up the stairs. We know that this is not a pain we want to live with. So what are we going to do? And so for me, it's about having conversations, uncomfortable conversations, about constantly meeting with people who disagree with me to help share my perspective. And it's important. And I know that it is a difficult thing for so many of us. And it is easy to retreat to our tribes and our corners, but we can't feel like this forever. This is not my life. I will refuse. I have too much to give. I have too many people in my life that I love and too much positive energy to share to live in this valley. So I'm going to take you with me up the hill, whether you want to go or not. If you follow Fan and like me, you are coming. You are riding shotgun on this ride. And we are going to figure out how to navigate this space one conversation at a time, one person at a time, because it is not a sprint. And it will afford us to feel better. Not the same as we did, as I like to say, BQ versus AQ after quarantine, before quarantine. It's not going to be the same because eyes are open and we are aware of the situation and we are aware of the divide. So now we must move forward. It's going to be better than it was. It's going to be stronger than it was. Because we are not coming from it from a place of denial or from a place of ignorance or from a place of, even comfort. We're coming from it from a place of honesty. So I'm asking all of you to be honest, and I'm asking for us to be able to figure out what it is that we're doing and figure out what contributions can you make to living a better life and contributing to a better space. And what perspective do you have that you can share with other people? But when doing so, be prepared to hear the perspectives of others. That is today's morning message. I'm Sheldon Bartlett-Rumer, encouraging all of you to find your voice, to tell your story, to no longer whisper your wishes, but to, in fact, scream your dream. I come to you each and every day, at least Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock Eastern, being able to share the This Is It Network with you, our amazing community, our wonderful content, and our real connections. For more information, please follow, fan, and like us everywhere you find at This Is It TV and log on to thisisitTV.com for more information. Again, I'm Sheldon Bartlett-Rumer, and this is it. Hone in on your perspective. See you soon.